Assalamualaikum. Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is Muhammad Rozi Aristanastian and I come from the Faculty of Cultural Science, Postgraduate of English Study Program, University of North Sumatra, and my ID number is 197052002. And now today I would like to describe and telling you and explain about a cognitive stylistic analysis in Queen Elizabeth's speech. In human life, people need and exchange information in their communication. Without information, the communication is not useful. In communication or social interactions, people use language individually in order to express their thoughts, feelings, desire, and intention, both in written or spoken forms. In other words, language is a tool for communication and interaction among people who speak the same language. In the communication process, there is a transfer or information from the author to the readers and from the speaker to the listener. A text or a speech, for instance, contain much information needed by people in their life. And rhetoric means the art, competence, and effective usage of the language. Either in oral or writing, in communication, rhetoric is the skill and competence of speaking, using the language effectively in order to win over an audience or listener is a writing. Rhetoric is the art of using attractive writing style, beautiful and effective word choice with the goal of influencing the reader. And in this analysis, I took that speech from the one of the women that have a power and in charge to the United Kingdom. Says Queen Elizabeth. Okay. For introduction, the Queen Elizabeth is the most influential person in the United Kingdom, as well as influential in the world. She is one of the examples of women leaders who have personality and also wisdom in the role set in the UK, and also Queen Elizabeth British English in every State of Union speech. Elizabeth, the Queen's speech, so very suitable for reference in the study of language style. Okay, as the aim of the research question, the term rhetoric has long been used as linguistic and in other areas of a field of study as a logic and philosophy. This art goes back to ancient times, about 1300 BC, with the book Aristotle entitled Rhetoric. This Greek philosopher first distinguished from logic or dialectic, which deal with the validity of proposition. Okay, and for the next, what is the theoretical background? Okay, rhetoric is the study how effective writing can achieve its goal. And the term rhetoric in this sense common in North American college and university course in rhetoric or rhetorical communication, which is typically focused on how to express oneself correctly and effectively in relation to the topic of writing of speech, the audience, and the purpose of communication. In traditional grammar, rhetoric is study of the through grammatical and logical analysis. Cicero and the ancient Roman orator writer describe the rhetoric as the art or talent by which discourse is adapted to it. In its definition, there is another element, the notice of accuracy of writing. Okay, the first one, rhetoric as a revival in the study. Rhetoric is revival in the study. Rhetoric means persuasion is currently converging on the study of mass communication and therefore of communication, the intention of persuasion. The next one, the effective of using language in rhetoric. Rhetoric is defined by a dictionary as the effective of use of language to persuade of the study or element of style, structure, and writing of speaking. This typical dictionary definition clearly points to a dualistic nature of rhetoric understood for much of the past 2050 years. 100. On the other hand, rhetoric is a skill of sociopolitical purpose is to persuade. Okay, on the other hand, rhetoric is the study of application of style and structure. These two definitions are not necessarily exclusive. The first one, rhetoric, always been difficult to define. An academic discipline, a sociopolitical skill, and persuasive, and a form of energy in a language. Okay. The next one is the style of the rhetoric. Style is the complement of invention, whereas invention provides the content, style provides and fills out the form. Although these styles is often thought as simply ornamentation, or soldier was thus ornament with the weapons of war, meaning that soldier without style was not prepared to fight as a soldier. Similarly, rhetorical style is not the frivolous decoration of ideas, it's the filling out and forming of ideas order to allow them to stand on and organize themselves as a coherent whole, just as the military is made up of individually soldiers. Okay, so in this analysis of that speech of Queen Elizabeth, and I took that the style of the language that in the speech of Queen Elizabeth, that I can find out the figures of speech of the Queen Elizabeth. They took place at the Turkey in 2008. In 2008. Okay, this little bit text. Prince Philip and I have many happy memories of our visit to Turkey in 2008. You and Mrs. Gould were very kind and considerate hosts, and we became good friends, and I'm therefore delighted to welcome to you both to the United Kingdom. The next, in spite of the fact that our countries occupy opposite ends of our Europe, we have a long eventful history. It was another Queen Elizabeth who, in 183, sent the first ambassador to was then the capital of the Ottoman Empire, and we fought the same side in the Crimean War. So in this explanation about the figure of speech of language style in that I have been found in Queen Elizabeth's speech, there are the most style that use of figure of speech, and the first one is personification, the second one is parallelism, and the third one is alliteration. So in the speech of the Queen Elizabeth, there are the mostly figures of speech or rhetoric, the style of language that I have been found. Okay, for example, first one is personification, the description of abstract or non-human object as they possess human qualities. In the speech, the text seems like the example of the word is, this gathering is reminder of how much we owe the 9 major religious traditions represent here. Okay, the second one is parallelism. Okay, parallelism, placing similar rhythmic of structure, words, phrases, or into repetitive sequence. In her speech, Queen Elizabeth said that we were received warmly wherever we went. Okay, and the last one, the most that I found in the Queen Elizabeth speech is alliteration. Okay, alliteration is the recurrence of initial consonant sounds. The repetition can be juxtaposed. In her speech, Queen Elizabeth said like, as our countries enter a period or historical resonance, it is right too. Okay, so the conclusion is this cognitive stylistic analysis is short and concise. It does illustrate some of the ways of using figures of speech. There are personification, parallelism, and alliteration. So there are the varieties as a feature of creative in using the style of language. So the conclusion is Queen Elizabeth have her own character, how to deliver the speech, and she gives the way how to make the word in speech, in every single word, into kinds of figure of speech. Okay, I think enough for my explanation and my analysis about Queen Elizabeth's speech in rhetoric. In cognitive stylistics, rhetoric style of language. Okay, see you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.